So obviously balance is a major player in the game of golf. There's a million drills on the internet, foam rolls, explaining how to use your balance. But I want to set Shooter a different challenge for his balance. I'm going to send him up north and I'm going to really test him. If he doesn't listen, soak up all the information, he's going to have some dire consequences. See how he goes.
Kippa sent me a long way for this challenge, all the way to Pambula Lake, just south of Merimbula on the New South Wales Savine coast. I'm here to meet Captain Sponge, the main man behind Captain Sponge's Magical Oyster Tours, and purveyor of some of the freshest Sydney Rock oysters you're ever likely to get your mitts on. I also hear he doesn't mind a drink and a round of golf either. Now that's my kind of captain. He's taking me out on the water at Kippa's instruction to see how I go hitting off a boat at a floating pin. Why? Well, at this point, your guess is as good as mine.
Stability is crucial in the golf swing, but a common mistake you see golfers make is they move laterally midway through their swing to get more rotation and ultimately more power. But more often than not, this movement actually creates a sequencing issue and is detrimental to balance, leading to all kinds of horrible shots. By taking away Shooter's solid grounding with those tree trunks he calls legs, it forces him to stay fixed in the lower body and ensures he only rotates around his hips and trunk when everything else, including his arms and shoulders, are in the correct position. If he doesn't stay true to this movement, he'll lose his balance and end up right in the drink.
The first thing I noticed was feeling rather conscious about my awkward stance and lack of balance, not to mention wondering whether HMAS Sponge was even seaworthy. My attention was far more on all of that than at the task in front of me. I was learning to walk again, or rather relearning to swing with a lot more focus on how everything felt at different stages during the swing. I was starting to get an understanding of exactly what Kippa was going for here, getting everything in balance, everything in sequence. Knowing I couldn't move too much too quickly in the lower body, it really forced me to feel that rotation happening, all in a balance and with the rest of the body. And once I started making solid contact with the ball, I really began to trust my sequencing again, even on a wobbly vessel. It's not so much failing the task that made me cautious about this challenge, but rather the consequence of losing balance altogether. And let me tell you folks, it was far from a warm day on the lake and I had no intention of going overboard. Having said that, once I finally got my sea legs, I was starting to feel pretty good about the challenge overall. Time to really ramp it up, hit that target and complete the challenge, and then settle in for an oyster-themed feast courtesy of the captain.
And there it is! As predicted, Shooter got overly comfortable, if not cocky, and that extra swaying movement we were talking about crept back in, and there you go, straight in the drink. Call it cockiness, call it recklessness, call it everyday Shooter. The point still stands. It doesn't take much to throw you off balance and get out of sequence, as we call it. While the consequence on this occasion was a refreshing dip in the icy waters of Lake Pambula, ordinarily, on solid ground, the effect is more likely to be a wayward drive, a shank, slice, or even a duck hook. This time around, he failed the challenge, but I reckon the big fella has learned a valuable lesson.
A little bit humid today, but we got through it.
Not to worry, Shooter. If I know Captain Sponge, he's got just the thing to help you soak it all up. If you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Also the notification bell, but if you want to get all the inside stuff, head over to GolfBarons.com and sign up for our Inner Sanctum.
Boom.